Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hoi.
Hoi. What?
Hoi. We just watched Atman by. Oh shit! I need the director's name.
It should say here, right? Oh, that's...
No, that's
you looked up Atman.
Atman by Wrong Atman.
Oh, no, not the Atman in 1997.
No, this is Atman 1975 by Toshio Matsumoto. I believe he is one of the professors of Takashi Ito who did Spacey.
Yeah, well, it's very obvious that these films are connected. They're very similar.
Mm-hmm. But it's interesting to see, well, why Spacey for me is a much stronger film. But it's also interesting to see how this film does certain things that are a little different.
Yeah, it's very obviously this is like the teacher's film, because this Spacey sort of takes the ideas that are in this film and like takes them another step farther. I feel like.
Well, Spacey does have an algorithm it runs by. I wonder if I don't think this one.
Yeah, this doesn't seem as algorithmic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems a lot looser and.
Right.
Yeah.
So, should we even say the concept? I feel like that'd be a little for a short film like this.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, spoilers.
Okay, there's epilepsy warning.
Again.
Yeah, if you're
recommendations.
Maybe if you're sensitive to flashing colors, please don't watch this.
Watch Spacey if you haven't.
Right, watch Spacey obviously if you haven't.
Anything else?
Not much.
I mean, you would say like La Jetée again? Or
no,
something?
See, the thing is...
La Jetée's...
No, this is quite different.
Yeah.
I feel like... So basically, there's a type of mask in this film, and if you even check out a poster for it, you'll see the mask. The mask in this film is featured a lot in Japanese horror films. And I'd like to give recommendations that, like Onibaba, but I haven't seen Onibaba or any of the other Japanese horror films, so... If you're into like that type of mask stuff, I guess.
Although I mean, this isn't traditional mask work or anything.
Right.
It does make me wonder if there's like a Japanese connotation with the mask that makes the film something else that we don't quite see.
It means it's supposed to be like a demon or a devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a very ominous creature.
Okay.
Yeah. And Atman, we can go into that in spoilers. I guess that's it. I guess we just go into spoilers.
Okay, let's just go into spoilers.
Okay, spoilers. Yeah. It goes in a circle.
I think he filmed it by, like, doing the same thing that Spacey did.
Yes.
And, like, taking pictures here and then closer and then closer and closer and then did it all in the studio. It feels like.
You're right. And then played with distance a lot.
Yeah.
Which directly you can see how Ito got Spacey, especially when it started, like, when Spacey started... like zooming in and zooming out frame by frame. It definitely came from this movie. Yeah.
Although Spacey's always going forward, this film goes fwap, 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 fwap.
Oh yeah, it gets to a point where it's completely...
Well, it starts that way too.
It does start that way, yeah. Actually, the beginning of the film reminded me of something. So, I don't know, I think some American films and TV shows do this too, but the old Asian, Chinese, Japanese TV shows and movies... There's a kind of... I think we saw it in Female Prisoner 701 Scorpion, where when a character just turns their head and you see them glaring at the camera, glaring for the first time, the camera does this zoom, like, what? Does, like, the same zoom 3 times.
Oh, whoa. Yeah. I've seen that in, like Indian...
oh, yeah, exactly. And then there actually would be sort of, like... sort of a sound effect going along with it. And the beginning of the film, the fact that the first thing that we see is that sort of fast zoom reminded me of that. It's like there's this character and we're just gonna make it very obvious that he's the one being featured.
It's like doing that and like doing it for 2 minutes.
Right, exactly. Yeah. You know, the thing is, I don't think it's to this film's detriment, but Spacey felt more absorbed. Like, I forgot about time.
Spacey, I think what captures your attention in Spacey, it introduces new ideas very frequently, and this stays on the same idea for the whole film.
Right.
Like it just iterates on that one image.
Yeah.
And with Spacey, it keeps changing its rules of how the film works.
That's true.
Yeah, with this, it's more just... It's very all similar.
I mean, the fact that the first thing we see in this film is one of the more visceral... Because it's very fast.
Yeah, it shows all its cards like in the first shot.
Yeah, which isn't a bad thing. Like while Spacey felt more like a roller coaster ride, where it feels like every step is like kind of planned in a way. This film feels more like a bad. I've never been on a bad trip, but this is what it feels like, more of a bad trip, where sometimes you do wonder how long this is going to be. So, because I caught myself wondering that a couple of times when I watched this.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's to the film's detriment. Like, if I saw this in a theater, I wouldn't, like, in our review for Spacey, we said that we would drive a couple of hours just to see that 10-minute film. I don't have the same desire to watch this.
No, not at all.
But if I happen to catch it as a short film, I mean, that'd be really cool. I'd like to experience this on a big screen. It's still a quite good experience.
Yeah, I mean, compared to a lot of avant film out there, I mean, this is definitely higher on my list.
I think it's a high 4 to low 4.5.
Really?
Yeah.
For me, it's like 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh. I still think it's good.
Yeah, I think it's good too. But I just didn't enjoy it enough to give it a high rating.
Okay.
Yeah. Although I really appreciate it.
Yeah. I think, I don't know if the title really, reflects something about the film. But the title, it means like inner soul and inner reflection.
I mean, you could interpret it as like the camera. It's like I had the feeling very often like I was trying to get inside the person.
Yeah.
Or like enter the person's soul.
Uh-huh.
I mean the title helped with that seeing through that metaphor. But that's why I find myself thinking.
Yeah. Well, this actually feels like I used to dabble in meditation, and there are some days where I just can't do it. This feels like the worst day to do meditation ever. Like, you just can't focus. Yeah, and this is happening.
The music was very nice. I really liked it. It oddly enough reminded me of like glitch sounds.
Right.
But this is 1975, which is before that was a thing.
Really cool.
Like way before digital manipulation. I mean there was tape and stuff, and you could do a lot with tape, but never these kinds of sounds.
It sounds like someone took a Moog or something and just played with the knobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is awesome. I mean, prog rock existed.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there is experimental music in Japan too. So even though the instruments might be more analog, there's still a lot of room for experimentation.
Yeah.
And I think most of it fit the film very well. I do think one of the cool things, maybe for me, the reason I enjoyed this more, was the fact that the mask, there is something a little macabre and a little freaky about it. And so the first time when you see the mask, like
right in your face.
Well, yeah. So like it turns and then it zooms in at different spots. The first time is right before. Yeah, the face fully reveals, and then when the face fully reveals, it zooms back.
Yeah.
But then, I guess in that way, there is a sort of algorithm. Like it does play with like the rhythm a bit.
It's a cycle rather than an algorithm.
Yeah.
Like it's playing with cycles that are in its
That's
nature
true.
mathematical, but it's not. The whole thing isn't planned out like an algorithm.
Right.
Or at least if it is, it's not. It wasn't apparent to me on the first viewing. And I don't think it's supposed to be.
Yeah. But basically, by the time the face coincided with the close-up zoom, I was a little taken aback. I'm like, okay, whoa, there it is. Like there's a sort of tension because the past few times it zooms, we almost get to see the face. So we're like,
near the end, there was one frame that seemed to be something else.
Yeah.
Remember that? What was that?
I don't know. It looked like a finger, like a close-up of a finger. Just like something very.
By that
pure.
description, you make it sound like it's a dick or something.
No, maybe.
Which I mean, that's not. This isn't that kind of film.
Yeah,
but...
we were discussing Persona.
Yeah, we were just talking
earlier, which had. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're not gonna. Let's not even spoil anything. But yeah, I do think it's. I think it's a 4-star for me.
Okay, it's 3 stars for me.
Okay. Yeah, I like the color changes, although I think they could be more drastic.
Yeah, the color changes, I mean, they're much stronger in Spacey, but you can see the ideas here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's a similar idea.
I wonder if the title Atman refers to what the actor must have been through while this film was made. Because he had to sit there for who knows how long. And there could be like a meta reference like, yeah, this is...
I mean, standing still for 30 minutes isn't that hard. I mean,
is it
especially
30 though?
Well, I mean, no, I mean like sitting, like however long it took to take all those pictures.
Right.
I mean,
sitting down.
Yeah, I mean, like if the actor was someone familiar with the meditation, there'd be no issue at all.
Well, but I don't know. There's something still like we see a 12-minute long film, but I'm sure the filmmaking process was way longer.
Oh, well, yeah.
Even
well, I mean,
shooting
if it's
process.
Well, it's the shooting process that would take time for the actor.
Right.
Yeah, the actual construction of it would be all done.
Right.
Post.
Right. But I imagine when they were shooting it, the actor probably didn't need to do much. And it's mostly just the photographer or director doing things.
Yeah.
And in that sense, I feel like the actor will eventually, if it takes more than half an hour to even a couple of hours.
I mean, it could have taken 5 minutes. Boop. Boop.
I don't think it'll take 5. I mean, the rig was bigger
I'm sure,
back then.
I'm sure.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, we're used to today's technology being all swift.
Right. I think this took way longer than it would have.
Same.
Yeah, but... I don't know. I just think there might be something meta about the name of the title and what the actor had to go through just by sitting. But sitting and doing nothing and having someone take pictures, your brain probably eventually reaches to a point where you're just anticipating the next click. And it gets, you're just aware. And you can't move much because you're wearing the mask.
Right.
And you're just kind of like subtly aware. And it does become a meditative. I don't know. Maybe the actor reached his...
It could have been a thing where, like, he could relax while they were setting things up. And they said, okay, we're going to take it.
Oh, there you go.
All right, relax. We're gonna take another one.
That's
so he could like go
possible.
back and forth. So he doesn't have to like sit there for like, 30 minutes straight, unless like he was meditating, and which in that case, like if you're meditating, you do keep a straight back.
Oh yeah, exactly, exactly.
At least in the Zen practice. Something that I was curious about. It seemed like there were different apertures on some of the pictures. I wonder if that was just like a limitation of the technology or like an intentional.
What do you mean by
choice.
apertures?
Like especially in the beginning when it seemed like it was trying to go for effect of going around
like a bullet time
change.
Matrix sort of thing.
But like there was like a mountain on the right of the actor. So, like, when he was on certain angles, the light of the sky would sometimes be visible and sometimes it'd just be like a whitewash.
Right.
So I wonder if that was just...
Oh, you mean the whiteness?
Yeah.
I don't think the whiteness was a limitation. I think
there were times when they were definitely intentional.
Okay.
But, like, there were some times when, like, one picture was much brighter than the others. And I don't know, it just...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's just like a John Cage thing where it's like, oh, the how it turns out.
Aleatoric, sort of.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that. I feel like they kept it pretty free.
Yeah.
Knowing that, it doesn't follow an algorithm, they probably let their imagination.
It's just like when a film is this much about perception, you think it might be something that would take more consideration of, but I mean, who knows?
That's true. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Speaking of the white flashy part, I thought that was one of the coolest parts for me because that was the part where it almost had the illusion that it was fluid.
Yes. Yeah, I think it did the exact same thing and just added the flashes and took them away. Yeah. Yeah, it made the white flashes made it much more fluid because there were more frame changes. Yeah. Even though it was like the same amount of pictures.
Right. It actually reminded me of, I mean, this is totally, just the fact that they used the same type of fade, like, that type of fading in, fade out white flashes, it reminded me of I Am Keiko.
I Am Keiko.
Yeah, even though it's very different. That one's very much about the static. And then the sudden transition of the white.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Pretty cool. I mean, that's it.
That's it. I think that's all we have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So go check it out if you're interested. It's worth a watch. You should watch it once if you're into this kind of cinema.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Just kidding. Remember?
Shit.
Balderdash.
Yeah.
Okay, so we thought of a new idea for a film series or a series of videos that we want to do.
Yep.
So can you grab it?
Just kidding.
Yeah. So one of these games we like to play is Balderdash with our friends, and sometimes we've said, wouldn't it be cool? We should watch this film, like one of the films we happen to draw. Yeah, we should explain how the game works. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So basically, how the game works is there are many sort of topics. There are films, there are laws, there are acronyms, there are names.
And this is a bluffing game.
A bluffing game. So basically, one person knows the correct answer. So basically, if you get a movie, all the players except one get to know just the title of it, and they have to bluff and make up a fictional synopsis, a very short blurb synopsis. And then one player who knows the correct answer reads all the other players' answers, including the correct one, out loud, and people guess which one's the correct one. Mm-hmm. And so they obviously go for the most absurd synopses. So
and also movie titles, because you get the movie title first. in traditional play.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was just looking through them, like they're all kind of weird.
And sometimes,
and most of them are just like really obscure.
right? And sometimes the movie titles have nothing to do with the synopsis.
Yeah.
And that's when it's the most fun.
Yeah.
But basically, yeah, during our gameplay of this in the past, we've thought about why not watch some of these movies, since I run a movie club. Why not, Kevin? Why don't you show some of these movies? And I never thought that was something that's too appropriate, just because I do want some quality control of the films I show. But I figured for a channel like this and for like the summer,
yeah, and especially since like we're watching so much, I mean, if we get a dud, who cares?
Yeah.
But also we're putting out content for films that like might never ever be talked about, and we could find a gem. Like,
right,
who knows?
right,
yeah, like this is basically like randomly choosing a film
right
to choose, and it's guaranteed to be something zany, probably.
And if you've gotten this far into the video, you might not be interested in this, but so for future videos' sake,
we don't know. Well, we don't know how we want to do it yet.
We should we should do Balderdash. We should preview the next Balderdash film only during the previous Balderdash.
Yes.
Video.
Okay. Yeah. So this is like
yeah. So this is very much going to be an Balderdash exclusive thing. So you'll never see this mentioned ever again.
Yeah, if you don't click on a Balderdash video.
Right, unless, there happens to be some cinematic parallel
yeah.
between one film and a Balderdash film, which is possible.
That's very possible. Yeah. I mean, we always reference what we just seen. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's how I'm thinking of doing this. So there's a description and a title. Should, you draw the card, and then I try to guess what the description is, or should I try to guess
we should play a game of ball? I like that.
Yeah, actually play the game and we draw it. I'll make it fun.
Yeah.
So should I guess the title or the description?
You can guess the title this time, and then we trade with every
each time the other person draws.
Okay, do you want to guess this time?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so
all right.
You draw.
Is this the only deck we have?
No, there's two.
Oh, yes.
There's two.
Gosh, look at that. All right.
So,
Marvelous movies. Danger - Love at Work. I've actually heard of this.
Really? Danger.
I've heard the title.
Okay, Danger, Love at Work. Okay, so it's probably a rom-com. And it's probably at work. I imagine this is like some 90s flick that is about some dude who wants to get a girl and he can't.
Close.
Love at Work.
I'll give you a hint, just because, as I read the synopsis, it's not one of the crazier ones.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually a little disappointed by it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta do what we draw.
Yeah, exactly.
Just tell me, yeah.
A lawyer falls in love with the daughter of an eccentric family he's trying to work with. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Okay, we're gonna watch it.
I'm very curious about what eccentric means. I think that's where it, yeah. Okay.
All right.
Well, that's all.
Okay, that's it.
That's it. Bye.